Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are discussing about Telegram chatbot using API and database. Here you can see my code. I have created a Telegram bot using Node.js and FireBase. Firstly, I set up FireBase. Here you can see FireBase admin. And secondly, I set up the Telegram bot using Node Telegram bot API. I installed the packages of request in the request variable, and here you can see my Telegram chatbot token. You can get this token in the Telegram. Here you can see the bot further. Here you can see my Telegram chatbot token, and here you can see the required JSON. It is a key.json. We are importing this key.json into the server account variable, and this key.json will be getting in the FireBase. Here you can see project settings and server account. Here you can generate your JSON file, which is the database file. Here you can generate a new private key, and here I also configured FireBase using the credentials from the key.json file to handle the user. Here you can see the function. This function saves all the inputs which are given by the user. Here you can see the history. It stores the history of the user which used the inputs recently. This on function will work for adding the incoming messages. Here I am storing the chart ID into the variable, and I am storing the message test into the variable in the variable of message test. This condition, if we enter the start, here it shows the statement welcome user and enters the following commands. Here it is the add command. Here you can see there is a syntax for add. I wrote here add name and value, and after that enter the following details related to the get. Here for getting the data from the database, here we must enter get and name, and after that for getting the country details, here slash country name. This is a syntax for getting the country details, and here you can see the history variable. If you enter the history variable, you can get the details of recently used inputs. Here you can see this get function. This get function retrieves the data from the stored database. If the data does not found in the database, it shows the error message that data not found. And here you can see chart ID. We are using the chart ID. For every unique name there will be a chart ID, and you can see it gets the name along with the value. And here you can see catch method catches the error, and here you can see add function. This add function adds the data into my collection student, and here you can see a name and a value. Here the two fields I have taken, and you can see this user ID. Each input generates a user ID, and after adding the inputs, you can see a message that name stored successfully. Which name you entered, that name you can see in this message, and if there is error occurrence, Here you can see the error message, and if you entered history, it is that strictly equals to, so we must enter history H capital and remain small. Here you can see the history keyword. It is the function I have used to store the details. It retrieves the details of a history which are saved in the database in the collection of student. It retrieves name and value from the database of a collection student. Here history retrieves the data from the country history. Here you can see the country name and the fields which are taken by me. Region, capital, population, and you can see I am storing the country details into the response, and here if response is present in my history, it prints here. If the response was not present, it shows the no history found. If any error occurred in this, it catch method handles the error. Here you can see the I have shown for retrieving the country details, you must use /country and country name. Here I used my API. It is a country API. Here you can see my API details of data. This API stores the country details of every country in the world. I have taken country name and capital, region of a country and population of a country, and I am storing these all fields into a variable called country details, and I am printing here with my along with my chart ID. We have stored the country details in the FireBase. FireBase is used for storing the data in a document way. It is also called as document database. Here you can see I am storing the data of a country details in a collection of a country details. I am storing country name and capital and region of a country and a population along with the user ID. And here you can see if any error occurs, the catch method handles the error and prints a statement called error storing country details in the database. If the country was not found in the API, it shows the statement country not found. And if a user enters a test like hi and other tests which are not related to the program, it shows the statement like please enter add or get messages to add the data or get the data, or use the command country command to get the country information details. And here you can see the output. To see the output, we must on the server of Node.js. Here you can see must open the command prompt and type node space file name.js. The server was activated, and you can write the input by going to your bot. Here my bot name is database retriever, and I am starting my bot. Here you can see the message. Enter the following commands to use this bot. Add command, add space name space value. I will check add space space value 2, and here you can see the name stored successfully. This name stored successfully. Here you can see the message, and enter the following format to get the data. Here you can see get space name. Here you can see the name which I got. I stored here two values 0, 2 and this value, and we can add any of this. add red 555 and we can get the details, and we can retrieve the if you give hi what will happen. See here, a statement was printed. Please make sure you use add or get in your message to add the data or get the data, or use the command country. I use add name add name Mike Tyson, name stored successfully, get name Mike. It shows the output here, you can see, and we can retrieve the country name, country space country name USA. Here you can get the country details, country name, capital, region and population. UAE, United Arab Emirates, here you can see, and I give the input Canada. Here you can see the data was coming, giving the output here, and the output must be stored in the database. We'll check. Here the data will be stored. Here you can see, first I entered my name, stored successfully here, and I entered the name Mike, and here it stores the red 555, and the country details I have entered USA, UAE and Canada I have entered here. You can see the data was storing successfully, and we can add one more. Add cat 4, cat stored successfully. Here you can check student, see name cat value 4, and there is a unique ID, user ID here, and you can check country space country name Russia. Here you can see the Russia details, and it is also stored in the database. See here, capital Moscow, country name Russia, and population region. Here you can see the user ID. If I entered a continental name Asia, shows the country not found method, and you can see the history which I have entered up to now. Here you can see these are I have entered recently, the details. Here are the saved inputs in the student collection, and here you can see the country history. It stores all the country details. This is how you can create a Telegram chatbot using a API and also using the FireBase server. Thank you.